I did get approval, and I assume that's what this is. I got an email a few days ago saying that I got the visa. Oh,
Struggling to open.
Yeah. Okay. It's included.
Moment of truth.
What is happening? There's so many things, but I don't see the passport yet. Oh wait.
Oh, it's a SIM card.
That's so nice of them. Oh, that's fun. They included a SIM card.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
None of this for the green card.
Attention. Okay. It feels heavier.
Oh,
is that a thing?
Look
Look at it.
Wow.
Oh gosh, that's the worst picture I've ever seen of myself.
Well done.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Got the
It
visa.
almost looks like a visa you get in like when you go to Sri Lanka. That's what it looked like.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Heyo. Okay, so we got the passport with my visa and everything.
Free
So
SIM card.
yeah, that's so cool. That's so fun. So with your visa, you get a SIM card. Love that. Okay, so I was just going to tell you guys about how much this visa cost me, and then I will switch back and tell you about the process and how long it took for us. So just a reminder, I applied for the UK spousal visa, British husband from Manchester, and I'm from the US. And he's super comfortable in front of the camera, as you can tell.
Oh yeah. Natural.
So am I. Marlow, do you want to come say hi? Mark, come here. And this is Marlow, who I will also be discussing his process as well to go over to the UK. He's very excited for the field walks. Okay, so for just the health coverage, so this is the NHS fee, and this is for 2 years and 9 months. This is how long you get off the visa. We paid, this is US dollars, $4,292. Crazy. But it works out to about how much I pay here in the US for health coverage every month. So, you know,
Yeah,
it's okay.
Well, we just had dinner with friends
Yeah.
that are from America, and they were like, "That actually sounds pretty cheap
In comparison to,
compared to America." But as a British person, it's like, wow.
mind blowing a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, you've been used to just getting it for free, well, with your taxes. So not only am I paying for health coverage within my taxes when I'm working, I will also be paying this big chunk out front, but I don't mind. I get to live in beautiful England. And then the application fee alone was $2,679. And then we paid for priority just because we hate waiting for things, and we just wanted to know the decision as soon as possible, especially because we're planning on leaving in August. So we paid an additional $691. And then to ship it all, so all the paperwork and everything, it was an extra $74. And
The grand total.
oh wait, that's not right. Well, yeah, it was about $7,630 in total, which is,
So it's about probably,
how much is that in pounds?
I'd say about 5,000, 4,500, 5,000.
He has not
Ish.
lived in the UK since lived.
Solidly, yeah, since 2017.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to get used to everything again. I'll have to learn Celsius and pounds and all of that. But I will explain the whole process from start to finish and everything. But yeah, that was the cost. We're so excited. We got the visa, so one less thing to worry about. And up next, we will be working on Marlow's stuff, working on his flight details and how much that's going to cost us as well, because I will make sure to have all of that out there for you as well. Hopefully this helps someone else in their process. Hey guys, so I'm going to do a little get ready with me while I talk about what we're doing tonight and the visa process, because we just got our visa June 13th. I got the physical
passport with a visa in it and everything. So I'm gonna get ready because we are going to dinner with a group of friends, our two British friends, Gemma and Sean. We met them about 2 years ago. They're moving to Dallas, which will be so fun for them to have a new adventure in the US because they've only ever lived in Arizona in the US. But yeah, so as far as the process goes, we started the visa process for the UK spouse visa specifically at the end of April, beginning of May. And as soon as we decided we want to do it, I started making a checklist with all of the documents that we would need. And then we reached out to some people, and then Alex started looking for jobs as well in the UK that would give him an offer letter. That was the most difficult, was finding a company that would provide an offer letter showing that he would be making over the threshold, which is £29,000 a year, basically saying that he'll be able to support me, which we kind of thought was ridiculous, but whatever, it's part of the requirements. So he was very lucky and was able to find a job almost immediately, and they offered him a position starting in the fall, which is amazing and gives us time to get everything sorted and move out there. So he got that, and then once we had that secured, then we started just organizing all of our files digitally. It's like going to our bank and getting digital copies of statements and pay slips and savings, because he also still has like UK bank and the US bank. We started getting things together for proof of relationship. I included like a collage of photos over the past 6 years, and then I included a few plane tickets and our leases over the last few years with both our names on it. Basically, they just want to see proof that you guys are in a real relationship. And I know that if you aren't physically living together, you could also provide like text messages and letters from family members, but we didn't include any of that because we've been living together, and I feel like all of the proof we provided showed that we have been together pretty much 24/7 the last 6 years. And there's Marlow in the background. Marlow, he's eating now. Once we had that, then we started looking at accommodation. We were going back and forth between like getting an Airbnb or like what they would accept, I guess. His mom is amazing, and she was happy for us to live with her for a few weeks. So we decided to go that route, and it worked. When we looked it up, it was fine. As long as the house they live in can accommodate the amount of people living there, then it's fine. Hi, did I say hi? Say hi. Let's see if I get him in there. Oh, I gotta dump everything. Say hi. He's super excited for that 12-hour flight. We got the deed sent over from his mom showing that her and her husband own the house, and that how many like rooms were in the house, to prove that there was enough space for all of us to go live there temporarily. And that worked. With that, once we had all the documents collected, then I went on to the gov.uk website and applied through their online digital application process. And that was pretty straightforward. It wasn't too complicated. A few of the requirements that we didn't need because of the fact that we were coming from the US was I didn't need the tuberculosis, oh my God, I can't say that. Anyways, I didn't need that, the TB shot. And then I also didn't need like proof of English because I come from an English speaking country. And so I did that. Once we applied, it sent us to the VFS website, and that's basically where you're going to select where you want to do your biometrics, and you have choices. I think they call it like a premium service, would be at like a bigger hub like LA, New York, San Fran. We just stuck to a smaller One, because we didn't want to pay for travel to the bigger hub, and we didn't mind having to send it all in ourselves. And also, if you were in a rush, you would definitely want to go to a hub because you can get approval within like 24 hours to 5 days. Like, it's super quick. So we did the smaller one. I applied for the visa. I then submitted documents, scheduled my biometrics, and basically all of your documents have to be uploaded into the system unless you're sending them physically. But I wanted to upload most of them and only send a few documents that I wanted returned to us, like our marriage certificate and everything. So I had my biometrics appointment. That was super quick and easy. Went in, did my fingerprints and photo, and then I don't know how people do these get ready with me's, because I can't focus on talking and doing my makeup at the same time, I've noticed, so I apologize, but we're here, we're gonna do it. And I have very little time until dinner tonight, so we're gonna do that. Yeah, so after the biometrics, basically, we were told to send the paperwork in to whatever VFS center it says to send it to, and ours said New York City. I don't know if all of them are meant to be sent to New York, but it says on the paperwork, and this kind of scared me because it said within 5 days of your biometrics appointment, you need to send this paperwork. And that includes like a copy of your application, your passport, the biometrics signed form and everything stating that you went to it and did it. And the reason I'm saying I freaked out a little bit was because I did it on a Wednesday. So I think it was like May 14th, I had my biometrics in the late afternoon. And then went immediately to a UPS to send it, and I paid for 2-day turnaround because it was really expensive to do 24 hours. I think I paid like $40 or $50, and to have it delivered the next day, it was like $80. It was crazy. And it was like the smallest little envelope. So I decided to do 2 days, but then Friday I went to check on the status and it said that it wouldn't be delivered till Monday. So then I started panicking because I was thinking, okay, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I don't know if they count Saturday, Sundays as days for the 5-day window. But then the more I looked it up, the more I realized it isn't actually that it's required to be there within 5 days. It just says if you want it processed as quickly as possible to have it sent in the first 5 days, because I think ours ended up being 6 days, 4 business days, I think it was. Everything was fine. And I saw people on Reddit and everything saying that theirs ended up being like 14 days after their biometrics and they still were fine. So obviously try to get it there as soon as possible, but it's also like not going to be used against you if it's a little later. So once it got to New York, they then uploaded it and marked online, because you can like look at your status and everything, as visa received, and then it will tell you when they ship it over to England. And that was, I think it was like it arrived in New York one day and then the next day it was sent abroad. So that went very quickly, and then I just waited. I checked every few days, not knowing when it would come in. We paid for the expedited service because we just wanted an answer as soon as possible. We made this decision and then decided we were going to move within 3 months. So we wanted everything to just be done and sorted so that we can buy our plane tickets and get Marlow sorted for his flight. So I got a letter, I think the Wednesday before I got my visa is when I got a email, sorry, not a letter. I got an email from the VFS, I don't know why it's so hard to say that, location, and they said my visa was approved and that I should look out for my passport because it'd be coming soon. So that was super exciting. And then Friday is when my passport actually came. And it's funny because they say that the passport needs to be signed for, and this guy literally just dropped it on the doormat and left, like didn't even knock. We were home and everything. So that kind of annoyed me. I'm glad obviously no one stole it. Got that. One little thing to note, and it says it on the form, but I mean, just be very aware when you're sending your documents to New York City, you have to include a return envelope. And you can just ask the UPS or USPS, whatever you send it through, for a return label so that they're able to send you your passport back. And then you're able to track it as well because you have the tracking for both sending it there and receiving it. But yeah, that's how our process went. Pretty seamless. I feel like it was way more straightforward than when Alex applied for his green card here. I know things have changed, but when Alex applied for his green card 4.5 years ago, I know that we printed out so many, like books of papers. Like you had to print out everything, and the whole application was needing to be printed out and filled out and then sent in. And it took him nearly 18 months to get his green card. So this was amazing how quick and somewhat forward it was. The only difficult part obviously was how expensive it was, which I will talk about in different parts of the video. But I'm all ready. I'm gonna go do my hair and get going for the evening. I think we're gonna do a slick back bun look. Do you like my new top? I just bought it today. Thought it was cute, little gold clasp. Okay, we'll do something with that. Okay, hair and makeup is done. You can see Marlow laying down there. But yeah, so that was our process, our experience with the UK spouse visa. If you have any questions about the process or want me to dive a little deeper, just leave a comment below and I will try to get back into that. And then up next, I think we'll be discussing Marlow's journey because we still haven't even booked his flight, so we still need to book his flight and our flights and everything. But we appreciate you following along and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Catch you on the dark side.